Greetings and salutations, folks. My name is Nick, and welcome back to Forza Motorsport 7, where last time we did not do so well. Let us try to pick a faster car, but not just like any faster car. We want ones that have multiple kinds of cars to choose from. Like the exotic GT is probably fast, but there's only 2 choices of cars. Same goes with the Forza P2. Classic Street Muscle, however, has 14 choices. And Sport Compact Icons has 27, which introduces more variety to the rates at which any specific driver progresses on the track. GT Racing Reborn has a total of 19 cars. Let's go with Sport Compact, though.
These cars are from the heyday of the sport tuning scene. They kicked off an entire subculture of driving sideways in overboosted, turbocharged cars, and created a series of blockbuster films.
What series would that be? Let's go with the one that we already own. And the first turn is to the right. Relatively short track, 1.32 miles, but 5 laps. So that puts it at about like 7 miles for the entire race. Let's throw on some mods. We'll toss on braking line only and 3 or better. Hope for the best, expect the worst, hold on to our butts the entire way. Also, maybe the controller. Alright, first major turn coming up. That went... All of this has gone marginally okay, although I would say that all of this has benefited the first place driver a lot. Yeah, the first place driver has definitely been given a lot of room to move ahead, unfortunately. However, unlike the quad series that came before it, I'm in second place, and I have 4 laps to change that. I don't know if that turn wasn't particularly great. It's hard to tell. The driver is still kind of far ahead of me. So it's still kind of hard to tell whether I'm improving or falling behind. But I am very, very happy to be driving a car that doesn't feel like it's skidding and losing speed like with every single turn. The mobility of this vehicle versus the buggy is unparalleled, which definitely makes the whole experience much, much more enjoyable. And I do feel like I'm catching up. So I might not pass him by during this particular lap. but I might actually pass him by soon. Not quite. Almost. Maybe in this... There we go. There we have done it. Unfortunately, this also means that I won't have completed out the modification for Good Pass, because somehow during that entire mess at the beginning, I only got one Good Pass. And now that I'm in front, I don't have to worry about it. I also have to admit, I talk a lot of game in regards to the idea that you don't necessarily have to win every race. In Forza Motorsport 7, to proceed, you just have to do well enough, play often enough, and then you'll end up having enough points to complete out the championship. It still feels good to be in the lead. I cannot deny that much. Especially with the second place driver falling farther and farther behind. Also, something to note is the game did not... I was worried that the game might decide that it wanted to offer me a lower difficulty scaling for the drivatar, because I didn't necessarily do that well with the off-road buggies. But, as it turns out, that wasn't the case. I did not do awful enough for the game to consider itself too difficult. Alright. That went pretty well. I think I might have changed. I might change one idea that I've had. I think this might be the top of the line difficulty I go with for this game. We just won't worry in regards to bumping it up from here. Largely because I feel as though if I'm not in like the specific kind of race, I'd do worse off. So if that's the case, then maybe I'm not necessarily ready for higher difficulties. I don't know, I'm just throwing it out there. For now, though, we've got a 9-mile race in the Alps. 3 laps. First turn is to the right. Let's go behind this white car, because the white car might... And then we've got a little bit of a twisty. There we go. And that also completed out the Good Pass challenge. Yeah, way more maneuverable than that buggy that doesn't even go off-road. I'll try not to spend the rest of this playthrough complaining about the buggy. But there's something to be said about a car that has really good handling, especially if the previous car you drove right before it happens to have really bad handling. That was not what I wanted to do. That's okay. Alright, first lap, so far so good. In second place, not very far, or sorry, in third place, not very far behind the second and first place drivers. Which means there is hope. Excellent. And are we almost there? Okay, there we go. In first. Fantastic. Alternatively, maybe I've figured out exactly what my my specific section of cars which I tend to do better with. I tend to do better in regards to the compact cars, overall. Bigger cars, lumbering cars, I think I started to do better at first, but spec races, not so much. Super fast cars, like these, like this is still kind of, I wouldn't consider this the super fast and furious. This is just fast. But the super fast, the ones that really clock the speed upwards of 150 to 180 miles per hour, those I still find more difficult. Largely because they offer less leeway in regards to high-speed turns, which means I actually have to plan those things farther ahead. Whereas this is a lot easier to drive, which also kind of makes a game like Forza Motorsport very tricky to balance in regards to difficulty. Like, if you're always driving different kinds of cars and the handling improves and sometimes regresses, the difficulty that you have is going to be dependent on a lot of things. On the car type, on the track, the drivers you're up against, the time of day. So, like, it doesn't really function in the same way a lot of other games function in regards to how you set difficulty. It's not like it's to the point where you have, these are the easy levels, these are the medium levels, these are the hard levels. Because, really, like, races like this exist even in the introductory cups. Even in the introductory championships. But, at that time, you're more likely to be playing with lower drivatar difficulties. And this race is done. Alright. That was, what, 2 races down, 4 more to go? So far, so good. This one's at night. Relatively short track, about 1.65 miles. It's a night race. Alright. Alright, let's give it a go. I didn't bother to see where the turn is first. It's the right, maybe? Yes. a little bit of a narrow track, narrower track than I'd like. Maybe a little bit too speedy of a first push. Maybe I should do less crashing. And a little bit more driving, but that's okay. Somehow picked up the pieces and returned to 5th place. And we'll have about 3 laps to pick up the slack and push it to 1st. Can we pass up this guy? Not right away. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. We might be able to pass them at this next turn, and wow. Who is that person all the way in last? Because something must have happened to them that they could not quite recover from. A little bit more of a stop than I'd like. Alright, now he's out of the way. 4th place. Maybe I can get at this track? Okay, let's rewind that one. Because that one was... I don't know, I've done a lot of things on this particular track. That I probably should have rewound from. But I think I've also kind of conceded the idea that even if I get 6th place in every single set from here to the end of this championship, it'll take the exact same amount of sets as if I got 1st place in every single race. Alright, 2 laps to catch up with 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. Let's see if we can do that one better. And I want to avoid coming to like a complete stop for that particular turn, but it is a tough turn to do. Quickly and properly. It looks like I should be able to sometimes I forget where I am on the track, and I'm looking at this particular turn and I thought I was closer to the end. Not realizing it's actually a sharper turn. But yeah, I should be able to pass by this 3rd place driver. And I probably will be able to pass them by at this upcoming sharp turn, if I had to guess. Oh, not even then. I can pass them by sooner. Ah, son of a... Okay, let's do that again. I was not expecting this third place driver to not only ruin my race, but also ruin their own, because they didn't exactly... They didn't exactly profit from their attempts to push me out of the way. Okay, so recovering from all of my mistakes, there's the second place driver and the first place driver I think are a little bit out of reach. At the moment. If this track went on for maybe, let's say, 3 more laps, maybe I might catch up with them. This end loop has a very, very difficult final turn, and I want to start accelerating faster into it, but I forget that it's still relatively too sharp. But yeah. Well, at the very least, I picked a good race to toss on, to remove my first place card. Alright, so we got a sunny trip through Dubai. Let us toss on top 5. And yeah, finish in first place. And let us buy some mods. We're gonna get that one. Braking line only is nice, free money, pretty much. And the first turn is to the left because this is the reverse version. I just need to sneak in between all of you. While also avoiding getting bullied by the other vehicles on the track. And also crashing directly into them. Because I noticed that's one of the things that tends to slow me down while also benefiting this first place driver. Giving them much... I did not realize this was such a sharp turn. While giving them a lot more of an edge. And then we've got a bit of a sidestep more than anything else. Which I think I do relatively well. And yeah, first lap is almost done. I think I should be able to pass by this driver very soon. Excuse me. And in first. Fantastic. I've got to say, Dubai gives me a bit of confidence. This particular track, I think I overall do relatively well. Not necessarily so in spec races, as you can see with the off-road buggy. I think the off-road buggy went through here. But I think this race also has just enough turns. But that's like, I feel as though, I think I've said this before, but if I have a really good start, if the beginning of the race goes really well, then I'll be holding on to that generally till the end. If the beginning of the race doesn't go well, then it becomes very difficult to try to recover. Like, even turns like that. Not necessarily a great turn. I went off-road with a couple of those steps. But everybody's still behind me, so... Also, how does my... Oh. That's what I get for looking at my car. Still, maybe a little bit less beat up than usual. Oh yeah, that's what happened. During my first turn here, I kind of slammed into the wall. But otherwise... Like, I feel as though if I learn and practice the fundamentals of driving, that will help me more than trying to win. It's still more enjoyable being in the lead, and to be fair, this does get me a lot more practice with those fundamentals. Because I'm not really focused on getting that perfect turn. Because only that perfect turn will give me enough speed to catch up to whoever's in front of me. As long as that turn is good enough that I don't fly off of the road, careening into a bunch of rubber tires, then anything is fine. I give it a pass. And for now, we're still going strong. All right, on to race 5 out of 6. We can afford this, so we will buy it. Because it looks cool. Alright, let's go take a look at our mods. We will buy some more. Place 3 or better. Braking line only. Money and experience. And what has the highest percentage money return? I think it's 50. Alright, first turn is to the right, and it's very quickly from the start. So, let's hope it doesn't turn into a mess. Ah. Oh no, first turn is to the left. Alright, went from, what, 11th to 10th? I'll get 10th back right now. No, I guess I'll lose it again. And then I've got it back. All right. No. There we go. A little bit better. Only 3 laps. And this is proven to be a little bit tricky, especially with that sudden, like, short, like that sudden turn right at the beginning, followed by a lengthy stretch. All right, 7th place. Seventh place, 2 laps to go. All right, let's redo that one. Clearly I did not approach that sharp turn at a respectable speed. Not to mention, this track is also quite narrow. I would like all of these tracks to just widen themselves. Let's say 1 car width. Every track must now expand to fit 3 car widths, or 4. Really, that would be preferable. If you can land a jumbo jet on the track, then that's probably good. Unfortunately, I'm not really doing a good job of catching up with these drivers. With any luck, I'll be able to pass by... No, that was too fast. Whenever I'm behind, I always try to approach turns a little bit too quickly, hoping that I could somehow avoid having to drive cleanly and get a better chance at overtaking. And I think that might be why I'm better at defending rather than overtaking. Nope, not fast enough to take over 6th place just yet. All right. I would like to at least take over 6th place before this race ends and not finish all the way down in 7th. That would be disappointing. All right. So there's 6th place. Can we... Can we ask for 5th? Just a little bit more. Almost there. All right. I don't think I can ask for fourth. I don't think I'm going to be able to get close enough to the fourth place driver. To consider overtaking. Yeah. The most I can hope for is to hold on. For fifth. And hope for the best for the last race. Unfortunately, coming in fifth put me back too far on the leaderboard. Because the person who was in second was just kind of neck and neck with me. That even if I get first on the next race, like, I still will probably only get second. For the, on the podium. Do we have another race in the rain? We do not. Alright, let us throw down place third or better. And hope for the best. Alright, 2.16 miles, 3 laps. First turn is in some vague direction that I did not pay attention to. To the left, maybe? No. Kind of. Yes. So yes to the left, but then an immediate sharp turn to the right. Okay, so there is one chance I have at getting into first place. First, I need to catch up with the first place driver. I don't know exactly what car they drive. Let's rewind that, give ourselves a little bit better of a chance, and hopefully recover from that pushing. So the first thing I need to do is catch up with the first place driver, obviously. The second thing I need to do is I need to run him off the road. Like, really badly. Like, badly enough that it even might inconvenience me. That's what I need to do. And if I succeed at that, then I will have a chance to win. Because, in theory, that might allow the people who are normally behind him to catch up and overtake. Actually, I wonder if I can pause the game just to see the standing. Alright, so he is in fact in first place. So that is my goal, or my attempt. The trick is, first I actually do have to pass him by, which means I actually have to do relatively well. I am getting closer to the second place driver, at the very least. But there's going to be an added caveat. Is that it will... Let's try that a little bit better, simply because we are trying to go for first through our mad dash crash plan. There's one thing that I haven't mentioned yet, though, and that is the fact that it is going to start raining. So while we have clear skies at the moment, the weather forecast did promise rain. Actually, can I catch up with him and crash into him? Because that is my goal. Wow, that would be an extremely narrow catch. Let's try it. Nope. Okay, so we're not exactly at that point where we can really catch up and crash. Maybe at one of the next intersections or sharp turns. But also, let's see if we can do that one better. But also I'm depending on the other drivers to actually be good enough to catch up with him. And maintain their speed, too. Okay, we're gonna rewind, try that again, because I think this is gonna be the moment. Was that good enough? I think that might have actually been good enough. And we might actually somehow pull out a win. But also, I do need to remind, like, this probably would not work if I had, like, physical damage turned on. The conditions promised rain. I'm almost disappointed that there was none. Almost. And yes, my plan proceeded brilliantly. The first place driver, who would have won first place, fell back all the way to 9th because of my dumb plan, and I won. Got any suggestions for someone to play next? Leave them down in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and have yourselves a good night.